Hello, friends. Welcome back to the PennyWize development process that we are going through. Um, I uh, let's yes, last video I explained the changes that were done and what route we are going through and certain issues that we encountered. So we'll see those issues are here right now. Um, let's solve these issues for the for the for send digest, and then later on we'll have them implemented for the weekly digest as well, monthly digest for the used paid users. So I do not see. Okay, it's here at the bottom. Okay, now it's more visible. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue with our process. Let's see what question we can ask ChatGPT. So here we have ChatGPT, and I would look into the latest page in our project, and I would say for send digest. Let's pause for, yeah, spam calls. Yeah. Okay, so we are here and we would add to say that for send digest I need to use, I we should be using, i feel I feel we should be using the weekly digest component, weekly digest.tsx component, rather than hard coding the HTML within the send digest logic. Please update the send digest logic. TSX should be small, right? TSX. Okay, so let me copy this send digest. We have this send digest. See, and then we have it here. Then I'll see what can be done. So yeah, if we I feel that it can use the TSX component rather than the HTML created there. So we have the TSX send weekly digest TSX present, and I feel that why not use it. Sorry, we're waiting for the prompt to come back with some suggestions. I think we just need to wait for him to come. We might think of creating a new page once if we start seeing the wait and stops alert in the browser window. That usually happens when the page becomes unresponsive. I think that means that this current page has a lot of data within it, and that needs to be that may hang the page. So to avoid that, let's we can create a new page. I'm assuming that the information or the progress of the project, uh, which is within the PennyWize project, all the information is intact and useful for ChatGPT to come up with a solution. So I'm assuming that's the case. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let's render the weekly digest component and drop the hard-coded HTML. That is what we want. Yeah. Because Node can't import TSX directly in your serverless function, the clean way is to pre-bundle the component at build time and then import that compiled module inside api.senddigest.js. So do we have that right now? Senddigest.js. Okay. Below is the drop-in replacement of your API senddigest that renders the component. After that, add one tiny build script with ES build. So this is in the ESM. Yeah, it is in the ESM, and this should be the, okay. So we got the wait. I think next question will be in a new page. We'll create in a new page. So this one, I think it renders the weekly digest React component HTML pre-bundle with ES build. Okay, we'll wait for the logic to be to render. Yeah, I was suspecting that this slowness would come, and it's visible now, so we can move it to the new page. The next question, we can see what this question is doing, and then we can move to the next question. Okay, so this page gets rendered. Add a tiny pre-build step to bundle the component, and here you would have it in the front end React Finance package.json add es build and scripts. So we would have the es build, and then weekly digest.tsx bundle platform none, and then we run npm run build emails pre-build. So that changes will, so this runs automatically before your existing npm build run build on Vercel, producing a compiled weekly digest.mjs which the handler imports. Important notes: this expects weekly digest to be plain React, no React email all imports. If your still uses React email components, either convert it to basic JSX HTML tags which are already pasted earlier works great, or reintroduce your components and React render and resolve the React 1819 peer deep conflict. Not recommended, ever given past e-resolve. No changes to your cron or environment variables are needed. If you want, send me your current weekly digest and I'll tweak it to a pure React version so this pipeline compiles cleanly. So let's do the next step on the my weekly digest.tsx is, I'll get that weekly digest.tsx. So I sent in this one. This should create a new page and a new prompt. Nice, this is already clean and email friendly. A quick win to make it more robust across clients and higher impact tweaks make the import paths resolvable in your serverless environment. Your error earlier looked like the path extension issue was not found. If it was file lives in tsx, import it using relative path on the API. Avoid deep or absolute path that doesn't include next Vercel resolve. Set explicit HTML attributes. You've set the style. So this all changes then. So this one is making the email a bit more bulletproof in nature. So okay, so while this is rendering, let's go to the last email for, I think we changed the page. I think he lost some context. So number one, let's rename this. We'll wait for the UI to respond. This is turning out to be a little frustrating, just waiting for the page to even to be able to see. Yeah, I will stop at 30-minute mark. I would love for the responses to come quicker, but we just have to be okay with what we have at the moment. Even though the account is a plus account and expects us to give a premium output, I think that's a little bit slow here. In the meantime, let's copy this code and see what we have. Does it even copy? No, it's not reacting. It's not responding. We can try to see in the meantime what is the render here happening. So here we can see render weekly digest.tsx, and here we are doing the weekly digest, import weekly digest, and then in the handler I think we are using the weekly digest later on. Yes, suggestion see render weekly digest HTML, and then we would pass the parameters here, and then that would then update the render HTML, and then okay, we just have to wait now. Let's do that. Come on, OpenAPI. I hope you can make your system faster. We are going to stop at 30 minutes. Right now it's about 17 minutes. I don't feel like waiting, a little bit frustrated on this. um, I'm not able to do anything on the page, not even copy the file. So but then we have to think that in the long run it's going to save us some time as well in building the feature as compared to doing it from scratch. Let's update the tracker. Yeah, we have that tracker going on, so yeah, okay, we are updated on that. We can delete it once we understand what we need to do. And it renders. Okay. So make PennyWize 5. Okay, so before we go to that one, let's understand what is being done in this question, or before that let's go to PennyWize 4 and get the code. Yeah, this is it. Let's copy this one. Copied. Let's see what changes are we seeing in senddigest.js. So control A, this one becomes control A, control V. So this one we have replaced completely. If you look at the working tree difference, so here we can see a bit of they're talking about this one. Now this is more talking about React component. Comments are talking about React component. The single quotes became double quotes. This is, I think, styling changes that the application has, the ChatGPT has thought of for this. Now here it was more of escape HTML. This is not needed. Generate email HTML, this is not needed, so this whole part is removed. And then we would look into the double quotes. Mostly all the double quotes changes are here. And then here render weekly digest HTML is a function which is going to import the needed DOM and server, and it's going to import the weekly digest, and then it's going to create the element, and then it is going to render to static markup into the HTML doc type HTML. And then in the handler later on, this is all single quote changes. It's going to go whenever we are going to use it, we are going to do the render weekly digest HTML. We are going to await this function and we are going to pass in the parameters that we found, and instead of the hard coding we are using that. So overall it looks except the whole changes wouldn't be all this blue, green and red if we would if the single quotes would have been converted properly to double quotes before. But I think ChatGPT's preference change that I would consider, and that looks good for send digest. Now let's render the weekly digest component and drop the hard coded HTML. So this one is this one, we copied it. Now next it's telling us to add a tiny pre-build step to bundle the component. So in package.json, react finance.package.json. so here in the package.json in React Finance, in this whole thing is there, right? So we would want to add esbuild and scripts. So dev dependencies, I would want to add so let me do this. I would want to, so let's go to PennyWize 5 and then I would say in package.json, let me copy that from the code. Please give updated file with below change, and then I would go to PennyWize 4. I would get the whole section. PennyWize 5 and we update the following change. Okay, so this will update the package.json file, which we'll think of for now. Let's see what he's thinking. Here's the updated front package.json. So let's wait for it to render, and then we have to retry. Looks like this there's some load in this. It has to regenerate the answer. Okay, so this one I'm going to copy and we're going to paste it here. Control A, Control V, and in our changes we are going to see the package.json changes. So now white preview. Now in that we have build emails, and then we have es build weekly digest.tsx bundle platform node esm automatic api weekly digest.mjs. It will, the output file is weekly digest.mjs, and then pre-build is npm run build emails. So this is going to be the pre-build step, build emails, and then within this it will take the tsx, it will format in esm, and then it will do a jsx automatic, and output file will be mjs in the compiled folder. So that change we see, and over here we had white, and now we have added es build over here. So this changes look good. Now we go back to step number PennyWize 4, file 4, and we are going to, this expects teams when I just need to be plain react imports. If you're still using react components, either JSON you already pasted, reintroduce these components and render and resolve the react 1819 peer dev conflict. No change in your cron or environment jobs are needed. If you want, send me your current, I'll tweak it to. Okay, so let's close this. Let's stop today's session, and unfortunately today it took a lot of time to load. So hopefully we don't see the same problem next time. Let's pause it over here and let's come to this project work tomorrow. Thank you so much for spending some time with me, and please subscribe to the YouTube channel, continue watching, like the videos if you like the content, and then also go to pennywize.versal.app, and there you can create your account, log in, and you can test all the features that we are creating. So thank you so much for participating and being part of this awesome journey with me. Thank you.